destination will be on the left.
Hey y'all, so it's my birthday weekend and I have decided to give myself a gift this year and do something that I have been wanting to do for a really long time, and that is take a solo trip on the Appalachian Trail. So the Appalachian Trail is the access point is about 2 hours from my home, so it's not bad, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Pretty easy drive. So I got up this morning, threw everything in the car, and drove over and hit the trail this morning. Hiking in right now and just really enjoying this amazing weather. Oh my goodness, so the fall has almost hit here in Georgia, and leaves, they're kind of changing, not really maybe, but the weather as far as like temperature, oh my gosh, could not be better. Slight breeze. I think it's probably in 70s right now, maybe high 60s, maybe low 70s. I think it's supposed to go down to like 59 tonight, which would be good, and it's not too hot, sweaty, and nasty. So I know this is kind of blowing out a little bit here with the sun coming in. Sorry about the video, but it's been a great trip so far. So here's a little bit of the trail that I'm headed toward. You can kind of see. And then backwards where I came from. So right now I'm headed to kind of a stopping point. Long Creek Falls is where I'm going to be stopping for a little bit of a break and maybe some lunch. And there's a beautiful waterfall there. And so I'm going to stop there, have some lunch, and then head on up to the mountain that I'll be staying on tonight. So it's just beautiful out here, y'all. There is actually, I have not met one person on the trail yet. There were a couple of people when I was unloading my car. They were there actually loading up to leave. And I've been on the trail for almost 2 hours now. And taking my time, just strolling along at my own pace, enjoying it, just me and God, and nobody else. So yeah, it's beautiful out here. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to make this video for you guys so you can see what I'm doing to get out there and live the best life that I can live and enjoy it as much as I possibly can. So yeah. Okay, so I did just see two people. One guy, super nice. The other guy was running. No. Especially on terrain like this. No. I'm not a runner. I've told you guys that before. I think I posted something about it as well. Another point. I'm not a runner, especially on the Appalachian Trail. So anyway, if you see me running, you might want to run too. So all along the trail they have these little, I don't know if you can see down through there, there's a fire pit. There's actually a stream running next to that. These little one-off campsites. and people stop for the night. You don't actually have to stop at the shelter if you don't want to. You can stop at these little campsites. It's totally fine. There's fire pits. If there's a fire pit, you can build a fire. If there's not a fire pit, you can't build a fire. So that's a really cool thing, is that you can basically stop for the night anywhere you want. Okay, so just had a panic thought. So on this trip, I am going to be hammock camping. Sometimes I bring tents, sometimes I sleep in a hammock. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for, I guess. And the temperature. Temperature has a lot to do with it. The colder it gets, the less comfortable I am in a hammock. Ooh. So, with a hammock, you need straps that wrap around a tree, much like if you have like an Eno, you know, the Eno slap straps that they have. And I have some of those at home. And I know I left my Eno straps at home. I'm really, really hoping that I somehow, sometime, put my Hennessy hammock straps in my hammock. I like the Eno straps better, so I tend to use those instead of the Hennessy hammock straps that came with the Hennessy hammock. So I don't typically bring the Hennessy hammock straps. But there's a slight chance I may have actually put them in the bag a while back when I was cleaning up. And I'm really, really hoping that's the case. Otherwise, I'm going to be using rope, which is not great for trees. The straps are a lot more tree friendly. But I'm gonna have to do what I can do, and maybe tying some knots today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, and hope that I am able to get my hammock hung on the trees. So we're almost at the falls. I don't know if you can hear it. See if I can position the microphone a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds amazing. It's so refreshing. But, whew. You know what else I can hear? My heart beating in my ears, because I'm having to climb a mountain to get there. And I'm going up and up and up. You know what else I can hear? The song. For some reason, the song Angels in the Centerfold keep going over and over and over again in my head. Not something I'm proud of at all. I have no idea the last time I even heard that song. For some reason, it's in my head. However, the whole drive here, I listened to meditation music and I listened to worship music, because that's what I wanted in my head. I wanted that to be the last thing I heard before I got out of the car. However, now I am blessed with angels in the centerfold. Not oceans, not how he loves us. No. I guess angels. I guess I got that right. Anyway, we're almost at Long Creek Falls. So typically the Appalachian Trail is what they call a white blaze trail, which has white lines, painted lines on the tree so that you know that you're on the trail, you don't lose your way. They call them blazes. This is a blue blaze, which means I'm on a side trail. So I am actually on the trail to Long Creek Falls, so I had to step off the Appalachian Trail and hike in a little bit to Long Creek Falls, and we are coming up on that here in a minute. I can hear it and I can see it. I love this place. I hope that you can hear it. But this is one of my favorite places on the trail. I love to just come and sit here, have some lunch. Some people like to take their shoes off, get their feet wet, refresh. I don't like to do that because I don't like to hike with wet feet. But if that's what you like to do, that's fine. But here's the falls. People like to get under them. You can get in the water. So one of the questions that I get a lot is, what do you eat on the trail? Well, this is my lunch, and this is a packet of tuna, and I think this is a lemon pepper tuna, and just a small packet of mayonnaise and a small packet of mustard, you know, like those that you get when you go to a restaurant, those to-go packets. So I travel with those, and tortillas, because tortillas, they're already flat, so if they get flat inside your backpack, it's not a big deal. So I put all that on this little, so I have like a tortilla roll up, put it all on the tortilla and roll it up, and it's good. Okay, so it is how I expected. I forgot my Eno straps. So looks like I will be using paracord to hang up my hammock tonight. Good thing is I have paracord, because I always hike with paracord in case of an emergency, in case I need it for something. I mean, paracord can be used for a lot of different things, and tonight it's going to be used for helping me hang my hammock. And so I'm going to have to wrap this around the tree. I'm hoping to not damage the tree. Do my best not to do that. But it looks like I'm going to be practicing my knot tying skills today, which I guess we all need practice on that, right? So we're going to see how I can do that and how well I do that, and hopefully I won't be on the ground in the middle of the night sometime. But just finished up my lunch here at Long Creek Falls, having a little bit of a, I guess, cracker afterwards, but getting ready to head to Hawk Mountain. Hawk Mountain is where I'm planning on staying tonight, and I have my map. You know, you always need to hike with a map. Even if you know your way, always hike with a map. And so according to my map, I am about 3 miles from Hawk Mountain. And I'm doing about 2 miles an hour up the mountain, up hills. So technically it should be about an hour and a half from when I leave here. But I'm going to give myself a little bit longer because I enjoy just kind of strolling about. I'm by myself. I don't have to worry about keeping up with anyone or anything. This time I'm just going to take my time. That's what this is all about. Just me and nature and God and just hanging out here, and it's amazing. It's amazing so far. It's amazing. And I'm just going to take my time. So maybe about 2 hours or so before I get there. It's 1:30 now, so say 3:30-ish. That's still well before the sun will start going down. Typically gets darker in the woods faster, or sooner than it gets dark when you're not in the woods. So I need to be there to set up my shelter and everything before it gets dark, and I should have no problem with that at all. So I'm looking forward to spending the night in the hammock on Hawk Mountain tonight, and I'll be back with you when I get there. I have never seen this before. That is definitely a new post. So I made it to Hawk Mountain Shelter, and it's a little weird here because it's very abandoned. There's nobody here. There's one other girl who came up behind me. I don't know if she's planning on staying tonight or going to the next shelter. I'm not sure, but I'm planning on staying here tonight. I'm not going to make it to another shelter before dark. So this place is a little bit, just nobody here. So right now I'm sitting in a shelter. I'm not going to stay in the shelter tonight. I'm going to hang my hammock, hopefully, unless I'm not able to, and then I'll have to stay in the shelter. And typically you don't want to do that because there's rats that come out at night. But I'm going to do what I have to do. We'll see how this works out tonight. Okay, so the girl that was gonna stay here and then not stay here has left, and she's gone to the next camp, to the next shelter. And she is from Alabama, and she's here hiking and hoping to make it up to Unicoi sometime next week. So good luck to her. Her name is Lauren. Good luck to you, Lauren. So I made dinner. I have a jet boil that I use to make my dinner. Here is my stew, tortilla soup. So it was just a dried mix, and I added water, boiled it, letting it sit. It's still not completely finished cooking, so it's cooking, but I have, of course, my tortillas that I brought that I used for lunch. Mosquitoes. That I used for lunch. So I'm eating some of those for dinner as well with my tortilla soup. I'm tired. My feet hurt. I haven't worn my hiking boots in quite some time, and apparently my feet are no longer acclimated to them. So I actually had to put moleskin on a portion of my foot for the first time ever. I'm tired. I am all alone on this campground. I was not expecting there to be no one here. Was not expecting that at all. The last time I came around this time of year, there were tons of people out here, and the weather is absolutely amazing. So I hope it's not that they know something that I don't. Although here at the shelter, when I walked up, I noticed that there was a roped off area, quite large roped off area actually, and there's like little hankies hanging from it, and I thought that was really odd. So the girl that was here, Lauren, she told me that she had read that there's a yellow jacket infestation and that it's roped off because of that. So I don't doubt it, because there are yellow jackets everywhere, and I am praying that I don't get stung, because that hurts, and it's not fun. So I'm going to finish up my soup. I am going to probably crawl into my hammock and go to sleep. Okay, so while I finish letting my dinner cook, my hammock is over here. And remember how I told you that I had forgotten the slop straps? Well, yeah, I did. So I ended up having to do a taut line hitch here. My rope around the tree, which is not ideal because it's not very good for the tree to hang rope around it. But when you don't have another choice, I guess, you know, that's kind of what you do. So anyway, here's my hammock. I have a Hennessy hammock. It's the ASIM Zip. Another taut line right up here. So it's pretty tight. Hopefully it's not going anywhere. I have these little things called pack lights, and they charge on my backpack, and then at night they glow, and they glow all night long. So so you know where your hammock is. If you have to get up in the middle of the night and go do your business, then you know where your hammock is when you come back. So here's the freaky area. I'm not going to go too close, but I'm just going to try to show you. Let's see. I don't know if you can tell. There is a hanky hanging right there. And there's another one hanging right over there. It's green. Somewhere right in there. And there's like this pink line that's obviously been there for quite some time that is kind of ripped off, and it's kind of weird because the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it was The Walking Dead, of course. And if you are Walking Dead fans, you'll understand what I'm talking about, and if you're not, then you won't, and it's no big deal. So anyway, yeah, so this is where I'm at tonight. We have bear boxes. So our bear box is right there. That's where I'll be putting my food tonight and locking it up so the bears can't get to it. And then they also have like these cords, these cables that you can pull up. I don't know if you can see. It kind of all blends together in the tree line. But anyway, you can also hook your stuff there and then hook it onto this tree here. So, and then it just pulls it up into the air. So theoretically the bears can't get to it, but I don't know. I've never seen a bear. I don't want to see a bear. So yeah, I will be staying here tonight. Apparently all alone. My phone is having difficulty adjusting the light, so I'm sorry. Some of the video is okay and some of it's not, and do what you can do, right? So okay, I'm gonna be having dinner, and then I'm probably gonna crawl into my hammock and just stay there for the rest of the night. So that's what's going on. Okay, so here I am in my hammock, and I look like I'm filming a scene of the Blair Witch Project at this point. Every time I get into this hammock, I swear I'm never going hammock camping again. To the point to where sometimes I've even said I'm never going camping again. Like, I'm in a love-hate relationship with this hammock. I'm okay right now. I'm actually very comfortable, but getting comfortable was like, oh my word. I've written off hammocking and camping altogether in the past 10 minutes. So, I don't know why my face looks so red, but maybe it is red. Maybe it's because I'm frustrated. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's still daylight outside. See? Here's my view. And, there's nothing to do. I'm looking for light. Okay. There's just nothing to do, and I think I'm just going to try to go to sleep. See what I can do about getting some rest for tomorrow. I had dinner already. I peed already. I know you're probably wondering that, right? Yeah, so, and my makeshift hammock straps seem to be doing well at the moment. I haven't felt any give so far, so hopefully we'll be okay with that. It's pretty windy, it's getting a little chilly, but I'm okay. So I'm going to try to go to sleep and see about what I can do tomorrow. If I decide to just hike out and go home, or if I decide to hike out and then up Springer and then leave on Sunday. So we'll know tomorrow. We'll know in the morning how I feel. Probably depends on how much sleep I get tonight. All right. Good night, y'all. Good morning. It's about 9 a.m. on the morning of my birthday. And I just left Hawk Mountain and I'm headed back to Springer. I could not leave there fast enough this morning. The yellow jackets were crazy. Like, I heard them waking up this morning above the birds chirping when the sun was rising. It was insane. So, I did not even eat breakfast. I packed everything up as soon as I could, as fast as I could, and headed out. And I'm going to stop here in a little bit, get something to eat, get my coffee and everything, but I just wanted to get out of there. So I ended up not sleeping a wink last night at all. I pretty much watched every hour go by, and heard every sound, every limb fall, every critter that walked underneath my hammock, and everything. And I think being the only one on the mountain last night, it was a little, I knew I was okay. Like, it was weird, because I knew I was okay, and I knew it would be okay, but in the moment, I'm telling you, like, I could have really worked some fear into my brain. But I knew that I was okay. I knew nothing was going to happen. So one guy came to the camp this morning and said that he's hiking with two other guys, and that they were trying to make it to Hawk Mountain last night and didn't make it. They actually stopped at a camping area I showed you before, just before Hawk Mountain. We've stayed there before, and man, I said, I really wish you would have pushed through and come up here, because it would have been nice to have somebody else up here, especially three other guys, with me on this mountain. But they didn't, and I didn't, and it's all good. So I'm headed out, and looking a little snazzy this morning because, see my shoes? These are my Skechers Go Walks that I usually wear if I'm in camp, but my amazing, awesome, incredibly awesome, I don't know another word, hiking boots, man, they rubbed me last night, and that was the first time they've ever done that. So these are actually holding up pretty well on the trail. I'm pretty impressed. They're actually pretty comfy. So I may trade into my hiking boots a little bit later, but right now it's going to be my Skechers Go Walks. And if these work out well, they could be like the cheapest hiking shoes I've ever owned. So anyway, just want to give you an update, tell you what's going on. So I'm having a little bit of a harder time today than I did yesterday. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the lack of sleep that I had last night or the night before. But I also forgot my salt water brine this morning because I was so in a hurry to get off of Hawk Mountain, and I did not eat breakfast or drink my coffee. I've had 2 peanut butter crackers and a protein bar. I feel a little bit hungry, but not too bad. I am running low on water. I have about 2 more hours of hiking, and there's plenty of places around here that I can filter some water if I need to. I just don't want to stop and unpack my backpack, pull out the filter. I know. Problems, right? First world problems. So, I'm hoping that the water that I have will last until the end of my journey, which will hopefully be in a couple of hours, as long as I continue my pace. I hike about 2 miles an hour, which I know is pretty slow for a lot of you avid hikers out there, but hey, I hike my own hike. And I have short legs, so my Skechers are holding out really well. I'm actually very happy with them. They may be going with me on quite a few more trips. And this little bit of spring water, there's actually a tiny fish right down in there. I don't know if you can see it. He's swimming right there. He's kind of swimming in that area. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see him a little bit right there. You see him? Little fish. In this little stream. I'm talking little stream. Like, I wonder what he is and what happens when he grows up and he can't get back out. I saw him yesterday, but then he disappeared before I could get a picture of him. Oh, he just went back in. He's living inside there. That's crazy. So there's this thing on the trail called trail etiquette, and basically it's like when 2 people meet up on the trail going in opposite directions, one person gives way to the other. So if I'm climbing uphill and someone coming to me is coming downhill, then they have to stop for me to continue my momentum uphill. And vice versa, if I'm going downhill, I have to stop for the other person who's coming uphill. Well, I'm laughing because I was just going uphill, as you can tell with my breathing. And there was a guy coming downhill. He was on his phone, totally not paying attention to the trail or his surroundings or anything else. And he totally cut me off. So we deal with that problem off-road and backcountry, as well as on the road in the cities. But I just thought that was kind of funny. Wanted to share that with you. Well, I did it. I ran out of water, and I'm about a mile from Springer. Mile and a half from my destination point. Thought I was out of the sun. And so I am taking a break because I'm exhausted. So I'm laying here on my mat that I have, and I'm just resting, and I have like maybe that much water left. So hopefully that will get me there after I rest and take a little bit of a break. Yeah. All because I didn't want to stop and unpack my backpack and filter water. I wanted to keep going. I thought I had enough, and I didn't. But I'll make it. I'll be okay. I'm just a mile out, and should be pretty easy, but it's mostly uphill at this point. So I'll get there. Just taking my time. Okay, so something really cool just happened. This guy was passing by and we struck up a conversation about the trail and just different things, and I kind of mentioned that I was low on water because he asked, why I was sitting here and if I was okay. And I said, yeah, I'm good. Just running low on water, just trying to take my time getting out. And he gave me water. And not only did he give me water, he gave me ice water. There's actually ice cubes in this thing. How cool is that? And then he also gave me a shot of caffeine. So I should be good to go here in just a couple minutes when all this kicks in. So that was just really cool. And that's really how people are out here on the trail. Like, we take care of each other. There's really no fear needed out here on the trail. I mean, we're all out here together. Everybody that I pass is nice, and they strike up a conversation and are truly interested in what's going on and what you're doing and why you're here, and it's just really cool. It's like a really cool community of people that are out here, and everybody's like, doing the same thing, trying to survive in the wilderness with water and very little supplies on their back. So it's just fun, and it's just really cool. Everybody watches out for each other, and that's really cool. This last mile up to Springer from Three Forks has got to be the longest mile of my life. I keep thinking, did I get off the trail? But then I'll see a white blaze. But then I won't for a really long time. Then I will. And I swear I heard a car door shut a while back, and I thought, okay, well, I'm close to the parking lot. But that was way a long time ago, and I have not seen a parking lot yet. I keep thinking, okay, around the next corner. Nope. Around the next corner. Nope. I'll tell you what, I would not be able to make it this far, I don't think, without that guy's help giving me some water and that caffeine shot. Man. For some reason, this just seems to be taking forever. Maybe it's just because I'm anxious to get back. I don't know. Hopefully I will be arriving back at the parking lot very soon. Okay, so I'm hearing cars drive on gravel, which is a good sign, because the parking lot at Springer is gravel, and the approach road, which is 6 miles long, is also gravel. So I am near the end. Oh, actually I see cars out there through the trees. So, but I have to tell you, I have a bad attitude about this right now, and I definitely need to transform my attitude. I always equate hiking as like equivalent to childbirth. You do it, and then you swear, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this again, because it's so incredibly painful and hard. Then you forget, and then you do it again. So I think that that's how it is with me in hiking. I forget, and then I do it again. But I did it. I'm done. I am at the parking lot. I am seeing cars right now. There are the cars in the parking lot. Yay! Oh, man. This has been an absolutely insane hike. I'm going to take this little side trail, and I'm going to go this way to my car. I am so happy to be done and to see my vehicle. Where's my vehicle? Oh, yeah, there's my vehicle. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to be done and to see my vehicle. So here I am. I am in my car, and I'm sitting with the air conditioner on. I'm ended up kind of getting comfy a little bit. I would take my hat off, but my hair is nasty under here. I'm not going to do that. But my plan originally was to hike tonight up to Springer and then back down to the parking lot, which is only a mile, but it's a mile up a mountain. And it's beautiful up there. You get to watch a fantastic, beautiful sunset. And I was looking forward to that, but the fact that I don't have any water, and Springer Mountain does have a spring on top of it, but I understand right now that it's dry. So I cannot go another night. I have no water. And I'm just really tired. I think that I have accomplished my goal, which was to backpack solo on the Appalachian Trail, and I did that, even though I spent one night, and that's okay, because I did it. And man, Hawk Mountain last night, it was freezing. It's gonna be cold again tonight. I didn't sleep well, so I don't want another night like that. And come to think of it, I've never had a good experience on Hawk Mountain. Never. So I guess that just kind of goes along with it. I was kind of hoping to redeem that a little bit, but another reason I'm not going to go up Springer is because nobody is up there right now. And there's not, from what I understand, nobody is up there camping right now. I mean, they may come in later tonight and set up, and that's typical. They'll come in at night, set up at Springer, start there early in the morning, and, you know, hike in the trail, and that's totally fine. But I don't want to take a chance, because I spent the last night by myself on Hawk Mountain, and I really did not, like, I didn't sleep well at all. Even though I was safe, and I never felt unsafe. You know, you're just in the middle of the wilderness by yourself. But, you know, I was fine. Everything was fine. But Springer Mountain, for some reason, whenever I sleep on Springer Mountain, I hallucinate on Springer Mountain, and I don't know why. I have done this quite a few times up there, and I've never gone up there and slept by myself. If I knew that there was a huge crowd of people up there, it might be different, but I still have the water situation. But I certainly do not want to go and spend the night on top of Springer Mountain and be by myself and start hallucinating in the middle of the night. I mean, that would not be fun at all. It's weird. Like, I know that I'm hallucinating when I am. And I try to tell myself that I am, but I can't come out of it. I have no idea what it is about that place, but it's just weird. So, anyway, I'm gonna go home. Today's my birthday. I think I'm gonna go home and take a shower, maybe take my kids out tonight. My husband is not in town right now, so maybe we'll do that, and then I'll celebrate with him when he gets back into town. But I'm also gonna hit Chick-fil-A on the way home, which is another good reason to stop on Saturday versus going home on Sunday, because now I get to go to Chick-fil-A and get a nice refreshing lemonade or whatever, and maybe get some chicken, get some protein, like replenish some of my calories, because I actually have not even had breakfast this morning. I've had some crackers, I had the water, I had the caffeine shock thing, and then I had a protein bar. And unless I'm missing something, I can't remember. I may have mentioned it in another part of the video, but I think that's all I've had to eat, and which could explain a lot about why I was having difficulty hiking. But I also can't hike with a lot of food in my stomach or a lot of water in my stomach. It just tends to make me nauseous. So I have to find a good balance between eating enough calories and not eating too much to where, you know, I can't hike because I don't feel good and I want to throw up. So, anyway, that's my hike. Guys, if I can do it, I know you can do it. I am not in shape. It is hard to get out there and to hike. It is hard to get out there and do it by yourself. And I did ask a couple people to come this weekend with me, and none of them could. So I could have very easily said, well, if they can't come, then I'm not going to go either. But I didn't. And I did it. I went out and I spent the night in the wilderness by myself, literally. I wasn't thinking that was exactly what was going to happen, but it ended up happening that way. But, you know, and obviously I had a bad attitude about it towards the end because I'm exhausted. My feet hurt. Actually, my feet don't hurt as bad as they did in those, in my hiking boots. Man, these Skechers, I'm telling you what, they're a lifesaver for me right now. I can't believe it. I mean, these $30 Skechers that really aren't even, they don't really have a ton of support. They're just really squishy and they mold to your feet. They did not bother my feet at all. My feet are very tired, but it's not because of the Skechers. It's because I just hiked, 16 miles between yesterday and today. And I would say probably 17 or 18 miles if you want to count all the side trails that I took to get to the shelter and to get to Long Creek Falls and all that. So, but my hiking boots, I have the Lowa, L-O-W-A hiking boots, and I've had those for the past 5 years, same hiking boots, and I love them until this trip. And it has been a little bit of time since I've worn them, so maybe my feet just have not, you know, maybe they're not acclimated to them anymore, and I need to wear them more around the house. I tend to try to save them for like hiking and stuff, but they're like $240 hiking boots, and I ended up wearing my $30 Skechers. So I may rethink the whole hiking boot situation thing, but I don't know, or maybe just wear them more around the house. I mean, they're not worn out at all. Not at all. So they're holding up very, very well. And I've never, ever, ever gotten a blister, ever, from hiking with the Lowa hiking boots and the wool hiking socks. My favorite wool hiking socks are just the REI hiking socks. I have a couple of other pair of different brands, and the REI ones are my favorite, and they're the cheapest. So, but I've never gotten a blister until this trip, and not really a blister. It's just, it feels like it may actually be, it may become a blister. I don't know. But then with wearing these Skechers, like even though I had those hot spots, the Skechers did not affect them at all. Like I didn't even feel them when I was hiking with them. So I'm surprised. I'm completely surprised and blown away, and happy, I guess, about that, because they're very, very light shoes as well. They're not so heavy. Anyway, I'm about to leave. I'm gonna go and get a refreshing lemonade and probably a water as well, and some chicken at Chick-fil-A. I think it's about an hour away from here, but I have a 6-mile drive out on back road. Like, there's some Jeeps pulling in here. I don't know, you probably can't see them, but apparently they're all traveling together. And they don't have their doors on. I cannot imagine how dusty they are. The people, not the Jeep. But I'm gonna go. I have a, like I said, it's back road, 6 miles. It's crazy, but it's fun. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Tea of Life podcast. I hope to put more of these videos out, so hit the subscribe button, and be sure to check back here and watch my videos.
And if you're not already subscribed to my podcast, go ahead and you can find me on iTunes, Google Play Music. I'm on Spotify. Pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts, I'm there. And just go look for me, Tea of Life Podcast. That's Transforming Every Attitude of Life podcast. So, if you're already a subscriber, thank you. I love you, and I hope to see you back here soon. Bye-bye.